Hello, I hope you've had a lovely Christmas. It may not have been the Christmas that you had hoped for, but I hope you have had a really good time and are now ready to do a little bit of exercise to combat maybe one or two of those extra, certainly not the Brussels sprouts, but maybe the Christmas pudding. Anyway, let's just get going. Just a half-hour session, which you can use at any time, maybe in between the 45-minute sessions, just for a change, or if you don't have the time. Anyway, let's get started. Back of the head, shoulder blades, buttocks and heels up against that imaginary wall. Open the chest, slide fingertips down, seam with the trouser leg. Tailbone pointing down, pressing tummy button to the backbone, putting up into the rib cage. Pelvic floor lifting. Opening up the hips, buttocks engaging, so the knees will roll out a little bit and the arch of the foot will lift. And then of course breathing full and wide into the ribs so you don't interfere with that pull up and pull in. Then just resting the fingertips on the shoulders. Start with a nice big shoulder roll. Drawing some big circles in the air with the elbows. Keeping the shoulders themselves down. And feel those shoulder blades move as well. Moving into that shoulder girdle. Nice big shoulder roll. And then just hold that there. And then squeeze the right shoulder back as you exhale. Inhale to release. Left shoulder back as you exhale. Inhale to release. Keeping the elbows up high and feel those shoulder blades alternately squeezing back. So just exhale back, inhale to release. Exhale back, inhale to release. And then both together. Squeeze back. So you can really feel those shoulder blades pull together. Single, and then both together. Opening the chest. Try to keep everything else stable. Try not to arch the back at all. Keep that tailbone pointing down. So just warming up the shoulders with a single squeeze back, and then both together. And then just one more time. Squeeze, release, pull back, keep the chest open, and then just bring the arms back down by your side, keeping that chest open. And then from here, just lift the right heel and put the heel down. Lift the left heel and put it down. And then both together, lengthening up through that piece of string in the center of the head and bringing the heels down. So you're doing a single heel raise, and both together. And then add a bicep curl. Single heel raise, and then both together. Just warming up. Working to the biceps and also into those calf muscles. And of course you've got to switch on those core muscles to balance. You're doing single, and double with those as well. Got to really pull up and pull in as you push right up onto the balls of both of the feet. And then one more little set. As I say, just warming up, putting straight up through that piece of string in the center of your head. Hold it briefly. And then gently bringing the heels back down. Then take it into a deep squat. Hips go back and down. Push up tall. Take a big step to the right and deep squat. Bring it back to center. Center squat, and then a big squat to the left. So you're doing hips back and down, knees pointing straight forward, and then turn the knees and the toes out to get that deep squat. Warming up the hips and the knees, and of course still the shoulders too. So deep squat, push up, and then a big step and a squat. Maybe breathing in to squat it down, and breathing out to push it up. So nice and smooth, keeping the chest lifted, the peach underneath the chin, between the chin and the chest. And just getting warmed up. Deep squat, maybe one more time, either side. Start with the center, and side, and center, keeping the shoulders down, the chest up, and then just finish it off with one in the center. Holding that there. Bring the hands up behind the head. Keep the hips pointing forward and the feet underneath the hips, and just bend to your right side. keeping the shoulders back. So you're not twisting at all, just going straight down to the side. Rib to hip, elbow to hip. Maybe exhale it down, inhale it back up, and then see if you can add a bit of balance onto that. See if you can lift your knee on the same side and bring the elbow to the knee. So that's a little bit trickier. Just maybe exhale it up, inhale it down. Nice and smooth, rib to hip. And of course getting flexibility into your hips as well as your spine. Just a big bend. Just go as far as you can. And then maybe one more time either side. So challenging your balance, those core muscles working, keeping the elbows right back. And relax, bringing the arms back down by your side. Then taking the feet out nice and wide, turn out the knees, turn out the toes. Reaching out to the side, just relax those knees so they're not locking. And rotate and reach for your opposite knee. And bring it back to centre. You're doing a big twist and tap the knee. So rotation first and then tap. Maybe turn the head and look up at the arm, then you're getting flexibility into your neck as well. Now those knees are not locked, they're relaxed, but they're not bending either. And see if you can take that arm a little bit further down. Rotate, twist to the calf. So bend and twist, turning the head, getting lots of flexibility into the spine and the neck. And of course there is an element of balance going on there as well. So you've got to switch on those core muscles. Maybe reach a little bit further. Could you go down to the ankle? Twist and centre. Keeping the arms up, do the big twist and take it down as low as you can. Reaching as far down as you can. Big twist and reach. So the waist muscles are all working. And then one more time on either side, just twist and reach. And again. And bring it back to the central position. Back of the head, shoulder blades, buttocks and heels up against that wall again. Always checking the peach. And then bring the arms forward, make fists. Now with this, you can either think about revving a motorcycle, or maybe, a little bit more girly, would be to twist a dishcloth. Wringing out a dishcloth. Maybe that works better in your head. Or if you prefer the motorbike revving, then you can do that. Keep the shoulders down, getting flexibility into your wrists. And then just hold that there. Turn the right palm up and just ease the fingers back. Stretching the arm out so the arm is nice and straight while you do that. And just push the heel of the hand away from you. Get a good stretch. Keeping those shoulders down. Swapping to the other side. You're pulling the fingers back and pushing the heel of the hand forward. Hold and stretch. And then changing, making fists. And then drop the right fist and just pull that right fist back again. You've got the straight arm going on here, keeping the shoulders down. All about flexibility into your wrist. And then swap and pull back the other fist. Hold that there. And then just bring the arms back down by your side again. And then if you'd just like to get your mat and standing on the back of your mat, back of the head, shoulder blades, buttocks and heels up against that imaginary wall, chest open. And then float the arms up, take the hands behind the head, drop the head. And just do a lovely roll down. Keep the knees relaxed. And then all the way down as far as you can. And then just drop the arms. That will just give you a little bit more stretch for your spine. Drop the head, nodding, nodding, nodding the head. Shake, 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 shake the head. Engage the tummy and slowly come up. Link by link, bone by bone, up against that imaginary wall. Float the arms up. Hands behind the head. And drop the head, let your breathing flow, and slowly, slowly head down. Drop, 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 and then let the arms go. Go as far as you can, keep the arms close into the legs, nodding, nodding the head. Shake, 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 shake the head. And then one more time, slowly up. It's getting lots of flexibility into your spine. And then reaching up, arms behind, drop the head, peel yourself again off the wall like a piece of wet wallpaper, slowly down, relaxing those knees, drop the arms down, and then nodding the head, just give the head a bit of a shake, and then bend the knees, and walk out onto the hands and knees. Just tucking the pelvis under. Keep the peach underneath the chin, between the chin and the chest. Weight even between the hands and the knees. Now, if you're not comfortable with this, we're going to do some lovely press-ups. I thought you might need some after all of that Christmas food. Upper body strength, of course, as well. Now, if you're not comfortable with this, you can either sit on your bottom with your knees up, feet flat on the floor, in alignment, with the fingertips pointing towards your hips, and bend the elbows and push straight back up. So that's all you do. Breathing in to bend the elbows, breathing out to push up. Or if you're not happy with that, too much for the wrists, arms up, drop and lift. Just clasp the hands together, drop and lift, keeping the back up nice and straight. But if you can, onto the hands and knees. And then take the hands out a little bit wider than the mat. So the elbows are pointing out to the side, the inside of the elbows are looking at each other. And then from here, just keep the weight forward so you can feel the weight through the palms of the hands, the peach underneath the chin, and breathing in to go down, breathing out to push up. Elbows out to the side and push up. So engaging the tummy and making sure you're not taking your weight back and taking your head behind your hands. The head should always be in front of the hands. So just check when you go down, have a look to the side. Now, if you would like to work harder with this, you take your knees back behind your hips. The weight is still forward, so much more weight through the arms now. And then chest down between the hands and push up tall. Breathing in to go down, breathing out to push up. You might find it's more comfortable to lift the feet and just cross the ankles, whichever works better for you, but make sure you keep that tummy button pulled up and in all the time, so those core muscles are working. Now again, if you feel that you would like to work harder with that one, you would take it into a full plank. So sliding one foot out, other foot out, keep the arms wide, and just literally bend the elbows and push. Breathing in, breathing out. So you decide which level you are going for. Breathing in, breathing out. But remember, you can have your knees on the floor, you can have your knees underneath your hips. And when you've completed enough repetitions, just sit back onto the heels, let the forehead rest down. You might just want to take those arms behind your palms up and rotate the wrists. Or of course, if your knees aren't happy with that, bring the legs out in front. If you put the beach ball on your lap, reach over the beach ball for your toes and rotate those wrists. Wasn't that mean? After Christmas, press ups. And then from there, if you just want to gently, please, go onto your front, taking the arms down by your side, lengthening through the legs, tummy button pulled up, of course, off that hot stone. Shoulders, hips, knees and ankles aligned. And then forehead on the floor if you can. If not, just turn your head to the side. Let your cheek rest. Exhaling up. Inhale to reach back. Exhale to release. And inhale to go down. So you do exhale up. Inhale, reach back. Exhale to release. And inhale to go down. But you can always turn your head to the side, let your cheek rest. And then lift, turn the head, release, turn the head again, and take the cheek down. So lifting up, and now turn the palms of the hands as if you're going to grasp your buttocks. Release, and take it down. So let's just lift, rotate, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and down. If you can, forehead down, lift, rotate, squeeze those shoulder blades together, release and down. Peach underneath the chin, between the chin and the chest. So no strain on the neck. Back working, a little bit upper arm, posture muscle across the upper back. Now see if you can add on to that. See if you can lift up, lift the legs up. And as you turn the palms of the hands in, turn the toes out. Release and down. So it's lift, rotate, arms in, feet out, rotate it back, toes pointed, and down. Maybe if that's too much, you could do upper body, rotate, release and down, and then lift leg or legs, rotate out. Feel those buttocks clench, and release and down. Or you could do one leg, rotate it out, bring it back and put it down. Other leg, rotate it out, bring it back, put it down. But if you can, both together. Lift, rotate, and bring it back down. And you decide how many of these you can manage. Buttocks working, posture muscle across the upper back. With the turn out of the toes, you're going to get more buttock clenching, lower back working. And then when you've had enough, just relax down, come up onto the hands and knees, arch the back, drop the head, and give yourself a nice stretch. Tuck the pelvis under. So always working those tummy muscles, pulling up and pulling in. And then because you worked across the upper back, crossing the arms please at the wrists, come up onto the knuckles if you want to. Bring the hands closer into the knees if you want to. Pushing the hips forward, dropping the head right down, pressing down through the hands to open up between the shoulder blades. And then when you're ready, change the crossover. Arch up, drop the head, pull that tummy button right up and in. Hold and stretch. Then because you work the lower back, the buttocks, if you can, you sit back onto the heels. Let the forehead rest down. You can stretch the arms out in front. You can take the arms behind. Maybe opening the knees. Get those hips back further. Or of course, if your knees do not like that, sitting up and maybe just hug the knees into the chest. Drop the head over the knees and stretch that way. And then if you could just go back onto your front again, please. And if you can, come up onto your elbows and your toes and come up into a half a plank. Hold that there and then gently take it back down. Now if that's too much, you could, of course, just stay on your front and pelvic tilt. Keep the legs long and just tilt the pelvis and release. Just tilt and release. If it's too much for the upper body or the knees, otherwise you're going to tilt the pelvis to breathe in, and breathing out, you lift up, hold to breathe in, and breathing out to take it back down. If you can, of course, you could make that more challenging. See if you can. Come up into your half plank. Now push up into full plank. Holding that one there. And then see if you can just push forward onto the tips of your toes and rock back. Make sure your bottom doesn't stick up. It stays in alignment, straight line from your head to your heel. Exhale to push forward. Inhale to bring it back. So you're really going to work those core muscles. Upper body strength, core strength balance. Don't forget your peach underneath your chin, between your chin and your chest. If that's too much, you can stay on your elbows and push forward and rock back. Forward and rock back. Just lengthening through those legs. If that's too much, line your front, pelvic tilt. And then your next level would be to push up, take it down, take it down. Alternate the hand that you work with. As many as you can, otherwise you just stay with the push and the pull on the toes or on the elbows or the pelvic tilt. You can decide. And then from there, if you just want to gently please come into a sitting position. And sitting up nice and tall, lift the right arm up, drop the hand behind the head and ease the arm back. Keep the arm by the ear by the arm, and just stretch into the back of the arm. Ease it back, holding that there. And the other arm, reach it up, drop it down, ease it back. So you do quite a bit for the backs of the arms. So just give it a good stretch there. And then of course you did your wide press-ups before, so take the hands behind, clasp them together, or just rest them on the floor, whichever works better. And squeeze those shoulder blades together, opening up the chest. Give it a good stretch. And then taking the legs out nice and wide, flex the feet. Have a big beach ball between your legs. Stretching the arms out, keeping the shoulders down. And then rotate and reach little finger for little toe. And bring it back to center. So maybe exhale round. Inhale, twist, and then exhale to reach over that ball again, and reach as you inhale. Turn the head, look up at the arm behind you, and getting lots of flexibility into your neck as well as your spine, keeping the shoulders down away from the ears. Then maybe you could add a little something else onto that. Maybe you could do the reach to the side, turn the head, look up at the arm, bring it back to center, bring the arms forward, tilt and roll back. And then lengthen up, arms out wide and twist again. Bring it back to center, tilt the pelvis and roll back. And then open and twist and reach. Turn the head. Keep the buttocks glued right down, tilt and roll back. Lengthen up, open and reach. And again, one more time either side, just roll it back first. Lengthen up, open and reach as far as you can, maybe a little bit further each time. And that roll back again. Lengthen up, open and rotate, reach your little finger past your little toe if you can. One more time, tilt and roll back and lengthen up. And then see if you can just stay with that roll back. Tilt the pelvis and then lengthen up. Maybe breathing in to tilt, breathing out to roll back, hold to breathe in and breathing out to pull up. So you're just tilting and rolling back, looking forward, keep the shoulders down, and then coming back up onto the bones of your bottom, nice straight back. So you do a tilt and roll back, hold to breathe in and breathing out, pull back up. So see if you can go a little bit further with each one. Keeping the legs wide helps to keep you anchored down. Just tilt and roll back that little bit further, looking forward, hold to breathe in and breathing out, C shape up and lengthen. So really working into those tummy muscles. Curling and getting that C shape first. Roll it back that little bit further and pull back up. Now just have a little experiment and see how far back you can go. Maybe you could go back and crush your grape and pull back up. Pointing the toes would help. Just to keep you anchored down. So you're doing your tilt and roll back, reaching forward, looking forward, no strain on the neck, and pulling back up, feet flexed, a little bit more challenging. So we're just breathing in to tilt, breathing out to roll it back, maybe go down, touch your shoulder blades down, and pull back up, nice straight back. So gently, gently all the way down, and up, link by link, bone by bone, you go down, so it's really slowly and with control. But if that's too far, you just go halfway, or crush the grape and come up. Or maybe you could go down all the way, link by link, bone by bone. Maybe take the arms over the top of your head, but not too far so the rib cage flares. Keep the rib cage knitted down. Breathing in, nod your head, float the arms up towards the ceiling. Breathing out, peel yourself off. Sitting up tall, so nice straight back. Tilt, roll it back, link by link, bone by bone, shoulder blades down, head goes down, arms over the top of your head. And then again, breathing in, nod your head, float the arms up, and peel off to nice straight back. Remember, you can always just go a little way down and come back up. You can always just stay with the pelvic tilt. There's all of those different levels in there. Or you could make it more challenging. Crossing the arms over, tilt, and roll it back, link by link, bone by bone. Breathing in, nod your head, breathing out. Ha! Oh, I might need to point my toes there. Lengthen up. So what you're not doing is lifting the elbows up. Heaving up with those elbows. So if it's too much, just stay with any which one of the earlier options. You can decide which level you're going for. This, being the hardest pretty much. Tilt and roll it back, link by link, bone by bone, all the way down. And if you can, breathing in, nod your head, breathing out. Ha! Oh, that's a hard one. Actually, there is a kind of halfway point. You can leave the arms out, tilt and roll back. Take the arms by your side. That would be a little bit easier than arms across the chest, but harder than arms over your head. You can have a little try. Breathing in, nod your head, breathing out. Ha! So that's a little bit easier than that one, but harder than arms over. And you do as many as you feel you are able to do. Put my hairband back on again. And then if you just want to bend the knees, swing the legs round, come onto the hands and knees, and then walk the hands into the knees, tuck your toes under, hover the knees, push the hips up into the air. Walking the hands into the toes with the head down, the knees slightly bent. Keep engaging the tummy and slowly come up. Link by link, bone by bone, up against that imaginary wall. Chest open. Clasping the hands, push the hands down and lift up. Arms by the ears, ears by the arms, and bend to your right side. Press that left foot into the floor. Get a good stretch down the side. And then bring it back to centre, lengthen up again. Stretch those tummy muscles that you've just worked. And take it over to your left side. Pressing the right foot into the floor. Try not to twist that right shoulder forward. And then gently bring it back to centre. And then bring the arms back down by your side. And then maybe just release the shoulders. Forward, up and round and back and down. Because you've done quite a lot of load bearing on those shoulders today. And well done. I think that might have been a little bit of a challenging half hour for you, or bits of it anyway. And have a lovely New Year's Eve. I'm sure that there won't be lots of parties going on, but at least have a peaceful start to 2021. Let's hope it's a much, much better year than 2020 and that we can all get back together again in the new year at some point. Hopefully those vaccines are going to be kicking in quickly. And thank you so much for staying with me for the whole of this year, and really looking forward to seeing everybody again soon. Thank you for all your very generous contributions also. And I'll do another half-hour session for the week just after New Year. Bye for now.